Hey everybody, this is the time where I usually give my little ditty up front and say welcome to SLB Basement Bar. And
Ditty? Is this the 40s?
Yeah, it was a ditty. A little ditty about Jack and Diane.
Jack.
Wait a minute. A little ditty about Trent and Kurt.
Jack Dan. Jack Daniel?
Jack and Diane.
Who's
It's
that?
a song. You get out of here.
I don't know that
Stop
song.
with that. Yeah, Trenton's got some crazy looking stuff on the bar top. I have never seen any of these. I don't know where you got your hands on this stuff. And what we're even doing, I don't even know.
So when I go into liquor stores, a lot of times you see fancy boxes and things, especially now that there's 10,000 different bourbons.
Yep.
So when some distilleries don't have like a fancy, like a backstory, like, you know, Buffalo Trace has been around for a gazillion years. Pappy was distilling when he was 5 years old, and like all these really cool histories to these distilleries.
Right.
And a lot of these guys that want to get started now try to kind of like latch on to a story to kind of make it a little bit more meaningful. Okay. And that's cool.
Right.
But I feel like 9 times out of 10, anytime I've had something in a fancy box, I mean, even the Voyage, we're not going to talk about the Voyage, that came in a fancy box and the marketing and stuff, I just haven't been super impressed, especially with the price point. So what I'm going to do is I know the price of these boxes and the bottles that I paid.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you.
I do not.
I'm not going to tell you until you try it. That way there's not like a price. What is like a justification? What do they call that? Juxtaposition? I don't know. So that you don't have like a, what do they call that when it's like?
What you talking about?
So it doesn't affect what you think about it.
Yes, I get you.
There
yes.
we go.
Yeah, it doesn't affect your decision whether you like it or you don't.
I felt like steam coming out of my head trying to think too
you
hard
were
about
thinking
that.
Hard.
So
I'm sure you're on the right track.
Yeah, so I bought 3 of these. All have like a different kind of backstory or different packaging or something that kind of made them stand out to me in the liquor store.
All right.
So we'll start with this one, and then we'll go to this one, and then this little racy bad boy. We'll do this one last.
Okay, man. I'm just following your instructions here tonight. You have everything on the bar top.
I have glasses over here. Okay.
While you're pouring that, let me remind the folks out there that this Friday, 8 p.m. Central Time, is our monthly live stream. So our live stream for August, this Friday, 8 p.m. Central Time. Do not miss it. It's going to be a great time. I have to be honest. We have several things up in the air that we might do. So we will decide that, and you will know what we're going to do for the live stream this Wednesday when you watch the video on Wednesday. But I promise you, no matter what route we take, it's going to be, as always, just a lot of fun.
You're not going to want to miss it. We got, I think, 2 ideas, and they're both really solid.
If the one comes through, it's going to be ridiculously fun.
And if the other one happens, I'm going to be having some fun because I've been given full creative control. So,
yes. All right, let's get into what we have here.
First off, this is like an actual solid, like a cast kind of metal, whatever, kind of cork. So that's kind of neat. The pouring experience, not so great because it's got this lip and it really spilled everywhere.
Yeah, I saw that. It's
but
killing me.
This is, yeah, I know. This is 101st Airborne Assassin. ASSN, Assassin?
Yeah, that's pretty cool because, you know, a long time ago, when I was a youngster, Trenton, in my early 20s or so, I hung drywall with a fella from the 101st Airborne Division.
Really?
And that guy was something else, man. That dude was something else. Real good guy. Good guy to work with, but boy. Yeah, he almost got me in a couple scrapes here and there. But yeah, so I know a little bit about it just from working with him.
So 101st Airborne, also 101 proof.
Okay.
So kind of neat.
Oh yeah, cool.
This is at least 2 years old, and it's coming from Boundary Oak Distilleries.
All right.
In Hardin County, Kentucky.
Okay.
Radcliffe, Hardin.
Yeah, Radcliffe, Kentucky. Okay.
I thought I heard something about some of the proceeds of these sales going to help veterans in need.
Oh, that's very cool. That's very
past
cool.
servicemen in need. I'm not seeing anything on the back label, but I'm also kind of skimming it.
Okay, that's all right.
I should have done some research beforehand, but I was excited.
Right.
So
yeah.
So again,
I know nothing about this stuff.
And I haven't had these. I just know the price. So this is at least 2 years old.
All right. It's not bad on the nose, honestly.
No, it's really not.
For something that they quote as at least 2 years old.
Yeah.
It's got some light caramel in there and
quite a bit of oak, but not like not terrible.
Just a touch of ethanol. You ever have
Juji fruits?
Oh, of course.
Kind of smells like when you open a box of Juji fruits, like very faintly. You get like some kind of tart something.
Yeah,
like a cherry note or like a tart
cherry. I think is
something.
great.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm kind of surprised, actually.
Yeah, it's really pretty pleasant.
All right, here we go. Okay.
You know what I got on the front of the palate? Other than that little fruit fly flying around us right now?
It's going to land in my drink again.
On the front of the palate, buddy, I get grape bubble yum. On the front of the palate.
I always struggled with gum. I always swallowed it like after a minute of chewing it.
Oh, man. When I played baseball when I was younger, I had chewed plenty of gum. Big league chew.
I'm honestly kind of surprised.
Mm-hmm. It's not bad at all, really.
Especially for a 2-year-old product.
The yolk is a little drying.
A little bit.
On the back end. The front of the palate, I like quite a bit better than the back of the palate. The yolk is a little bit drying, but it's not bitter.
Mm-mm.
It's nothing like that. I'm not getting a whole lot on the finish as we're speaking.
No. The mouthfeel is nice.
Yeah. No problem there.
The I almost said aftermarket. What you get towards the end that kind of lingers around is that oak that is a bit drying. It's not super bitter on the back end. It just you get like a dry taste and that like that oak hangs around, but it's not offensive.
No. So. No, I think it's it's not the best bourbon I've ever tasted, nor is it the worst I've ever tasted. I think it's a good good middle of the road whiskey.
What would you pay for it?
Brother, I don't know. I mean, if you're telling me to pay attention to the fact that some of this money is being donated for a good cause,
I think so. I will put it on screen to make sure that I'm correct, but I believe that's the case.
I mean, if that's the case, $50-$60. If not,
If you paid $50-$60, would you be disappointed with your purchase?
If I didn't know that there was money being some of the money was going to help some of our veterans, yes. Otherwise, it'd be a $40 bottle for me.
Well, for that bottle, I paid $115.
Well, hopefully, it's helping a lot of veterans.
I hope so. I can commend the actual. This is like a very quality stopper.
It is,
and the glass is cool. It's all custom glass, which is cool.
There's no doubt about that. The glass is cool. The label in the front's cool. 101st Airborne. I mean, all that stuff is pretty neat stuff. There's no doubt about it. But if you're going to ask me specifically about the whiskey, I was pleasantly surprised because usually you know how it is with some gimmicky stuff and celebrity stuff. But I thought it was a good middle of the road whiskey, but $40-$50 possibly.
If you want to drink whiskey knowing that hopefully your money is being donated to veterans, this would be a good way to do that, or just donate directly to a veterans charity.
Sure.
But I'm disappointed for the price, but the juice isn't undrinkable.
No.
So
not
that was kind of neat.
Not at all.
So this next one, aged
Derringer.
This
could be scary.
This has like a gun in it, like a neat little.
No, it does not.
Hold on, I can't even see it. This is like an old pistol here.
Holy.
Hope we don't get demonetized from YouTube because there's a gun in it. But this YouTube, if you're watching this is a cork, and this doesn't do anything. I see it. But again, that's a pretty like a quality. It's pretty heavy for a cork. Yeah. But it also comes with
very heavy. Oh, what did you do?
I dropped the box on purpose. It's also like twisted in a way.
Now, that's a really nice decanter-looking bottle.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
It's got like the thread on it.
And then you could use this, right?
Yep. Instead? So if you want to toss this little crystally doodad.
All right. I'm not gonna do it from an angle there.
There you go.
Toss it off the bar with the box.
I might hit you in the face.
Yes. I mean, I really do, Trenton, like the front of this. This bottle's really neat. I will say there's a little sticker here. Jim Murray's Whiskey Bible, scored it in 88 and 2022.
So I looked at the label, but I didn't even notice this little sticker here. But this is just like a It's like a tin kind of label. It's
kind of like Horse Soldier did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly like Horse Soldier.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bourbon whiskey, American craftsmanship, American Pride, small batch, 92 proof. I think, if I'm not mistaken, when I was reading the back of the box, I think this one was sourced.
Got a glass?
Yes. From MGP, I think. One of them is. Let's put it that way.
All right. No, this they make their own.
Gotcha. So that one's sourced. That one's sourced from MGP. From Indiana.
And I don't know that has an age statement on it that I can see.
Yeah, I don't think I saw
Yeah, 75, 21, 4. So it's probably 4, if I had to guess. But
okay.
Whoa.
And how much was this one?
I'm going to tell you after you try it. I thought about it for a second.
Okay. I almost got it.
It smells like gin.
It smells like gin, smells like elderflower.
Yeah.
You know, the elderflower liqueur that we use for some of the cocktails.
Yeah.
Smells like that. Smells almost identical to some certain gins.
Yeah.
It's not super juniper.
Is this actually this is a bourbon, right? It says bourbon on it.
It's not
bourbon whiskey.
It's not super juniper forward, but it's somewhat.
Very herbally. Like I've
very herbally.
Never gotten this from a bourbon before.
Extremely herbally, and I'm getting some of that elderflower off of it too.
Interesting. All right.
Very. I don't know if I've ever had a bourbon nose like that.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Well, if you like extremely herbally bourbons,
it's almost like it was finished in a gin barrel.
Yeah,
or something.
I get it.
Bourbon
that
barrel
nose,
gin aged or something.
That nose pretty much replicates the palate for the most part. Nothing bitter, nothing. You know, I don't really have any strong notes against it. It's just a very unusual aromas and palate here.
Tasting notes: caramel, vanilla, fruit, dried fruit, slightly candied, slight spice. I get gin. That's honestly most of what I get in here. It's not bad, just not what I would expect from.
If they're saying some fruits, it's possibly some pear in there. Definitely not cherries or red apple, reds, nothing like that. Stone fruits, no. Maybe a little pear, possibly. But yeah, he's right. And there's definitely some herbal notes in there too. Reminiscent, maybe just a faint hint of caramel.
I'm honestly struggling with that even on this one. Very unique, different. I wouldn't have guessed it would taste or smell anything like that based on the packaging or the descriptions.
I taste another one. Maybe there's just a little bit some light fruit notes in there. Maybe light apricot possibly. So just very very light in there. But yeah, definitely some herbal notes too. Though I lose the elderflower on the palate.
Yeah, that's gone.
But
it's kind of like if you dipped a pine needle in some vodka or something.
I don't know.
And aged it in a bourbon barrel.
I don't know. It's
weird.
Extremely unique. I'll promise you that. It's very different.
So would you buy another one?
Yeah, probably not.
Well,
probably can make some pretty unique cocktails with it. I will say that.
Well, would you want to use a $109 bottle as a mixer?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Now you could, use this. And, if somebody bought this and went $109, that would be a pretty cool showstopper for your infinity bottle that you have at home.
Yeah.
You could use it for that. And,
yeah.
Certain things, because it's a neat bottle. It's a neat decanter bottle. It's got a lot of cool stuff there, but you're paying for all that. You're not paying for that juice.
Nope.
That's for sure. Have you ever tasted anything like that come out of MGP?
No.
That's what I want.
So that makes me think that this was either a bad barrel,
sourced from Indiana,
or it is not a 4-year,
or not MGP. There's other places in Indiana, maybe. Usually when they say Indiana, it's always there. But
possibly. Yeah. I will correct myself on screen if I. Yeah, it just says distilled in Indiana. No dead giveaway. No. Interesting though.
Very different.
All right. Last but not least.
Well, Trent, I hope you give me one good one. Come on now.
I hope this is good.
What you got here?
This is borschetta. It sounded like a cheese or like a bread to me.
It does.
But it's actually, it has to do with a racing family. First released in honor of the inaugural Big Machine Music City Grand Prix in 2001.
Okay.
I'm not super up to speed on racing. It's a cool box. And you even get this neat little race car here on the top, like a horsey, but you get the race car.
What are we tasting today?
So
I'm not going to put you in charge of a video for a while.
You won't. Just wait. There's like some neat history in the box here. I'm not going to go over that today, but I had to pick it up because I saw the little stopper.
Yeah, I see that.
And all these have some form of stopper to make them a little bit more appealing.
I mean, the label's pretty cool. I mean, it does tell you it's bottle 24, barrel number 285, aged 6 years. It does give you that information. The proof is 117.23 proof.
And they do distill this their own.
Yeah,
at Big Machine Distilling in Tennessee.
Yep, Big Machine. I see that right here. Big Machine.
Yep.
Okay. Have you ever heard of that? I have not.
I have not. No.
That's okay.
So, if I haven't heard of it, I have to assume it might be a new distillery. Mm-hmm. So that would explain some of the cost involved with this purchase. But the neck on that's really thin. I will be honest, I think the bottle's really neat.
This is going to be quite a neck pour.
It is quite the neck pour. It's dark, though.
Yes, it is. It's aged 6 years, too, so, you know, here's hoping. Here's hoping.
Now, I don't know if there's, like, different numbers on the front of this little race car that you can collect all...
Yeah, who knows?
All of them.
Well, that's number 6. Yeah, who knows?
Oh, for 6 years, maybe.
Oh, hey.
Honestly, it smells good.
It does? Well, I hope so.
I think.
After the first two, I'm kind of hoping for something here.
It smells vaguely like the OCD Premium that we got from Glenns Creek.
It does, kind of, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like a real...
Dark.
It's dark, but I get a luscious cornbread with butter all over it, too.
It vaguely smells like, kind of like burnt. Mm-hmm. If you've ever...
Yep.
I burnt a piece in my oven last week, and the smell lasted in the house for several days, and it smelled exactly like that.
Wow. I like it. It does have a real nice, deep caramel note in there, too. Not just faint, not just light. I mean, real...
Kind of like, like buttered bread.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a buttered something going on in there.
Pumpernickel bread, almost.
Yeah, it's butter for sure. It's actually, I'm hoping and praying, but that it's going to taste as good as it smells.
I'm too. I hope we get one out of 3 that's halfway decent. Cheers. What?
Go ahead. You came in the face. I'm just laughing at you.
I kind of like it.
I can't say it's my favorite. I can absolutely say it's better than the first two.
Yeah.
I'm getting kind of a strong oak note. Strong.
It is strong.
But it does have some great flavors, though, also, to go along with it.
It's got some, like, coffee at the end.
Definitely. Very reminiscent of that OCD Glenns Creek flavor profile. A little bit of coffee-ish molasses note.
Yeah.
But the oak is... What would you say the oak would be? It's not an aged oak, nice aged sugary oak. It's like oak.
What's the difference?
I mean, just like
a
hunk of oak.
Like you sawed down an oak tree in my backyard and tossed that sucker right in it. Yep.
Raw oak,
I
guess is what I should say. Again, not distasteful, not, it's just different than what I expected. I got some of those kind of neat, nice notes up front, but then you get a lot of that raw oak.
I kind of like it. The front palate's nice. The back is a little bit reminiscent of a younger product.
Yeah.
Which is interesting for a 6-year-old bourbon.
Yes,
the color's nice. The mouth feels nice, but there's just like this youngness, or like it was put in a barrel yesterday kind of feel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
that real youthful oak note that you get.
Yeah.
And that's unusual for what they're stating in the age to be at 6 years.
Yeah.
6 years. It's just undeveloped oak, basically.
Well, then we get to the price.
No, I know. Here we go.
If you want, I can not tell you the price and just put the price up on screen for the folks.
Whatever you choose to do, Trent.
Or I could tell you that this bottle was $2.99.
Yeah, I kind of wish you'd have just told them on the screen. Who in their right mind?
I don't think Harry has sold a single one of these.
Well, you're his best friend now.
And I was like, I'll bite the bullet. This was like the most storyful or the most marketed type of product in terms of the appearance of the bottle, the stopper, the box, the story, all of that stuff. Like a lot went into it. But good Lord.
Buddy.
I'm not going to be making any purchases for a while.
Yeah, I think not.
Yeah.
I think you need to take a little break.
Yeah. So luckily,
I mean, to me, that's a $60 bottle.
I'd be
70.
happy. I'd be happy at like 60, 70, 80. I wouldn't pay any more than that. Not even close to five times as much as that.
Mm-hmm.
I would be interested to see products from this distillery at a cheaper price point because I don't really care about the race car or the story. It's cool to have a story, but
It looks neat.
to charge that much for the story and to put a car on top, I'm not seeing it.
I'm thinking here, the rule of thumb, basically, from this video is that most whiskeys that have gimmicks for a reason.
Yes.
Because they want to try to claim a little bit bigger price point and not really back it up with the liquid that's in the bottle.
Yep.
Rather, the presentation and the story that goes with it.
I can tell you're a bit stunned by the price point.
Yeah, that last one. These other two kind of like I figured that's probably what you pay, but that blows my mind.
Yeah. So if you want to sign a petition to allow my card to get reinstated, start like a petition.com thing or whatever and toss it in the comments for me. But yeah, I would be interested if you guys have any gimmicky bourbons or whatever that you have found kind of hold up to the price point or the gimmick behind it or whatnot. I'd be interested.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll be able to or be allowed to buy more at some point. I don't know, but
Not for a
did
while.
this for all you guys.
Yeah.
I bit the bullet for everybody.
Okay.
Don't buy any of these. I say that loosely with this one because I'm hoping that it's actually going to a good cause, supporting
I do too.
servicemen and veterans and everything for their service. So
I do too.
these two, I'll give that.
Well, I guess, Trenton, we have to bring this to a close, and I'm not closing with a big smile on my face.
I see that.
And saying that we had a lot of fun on this video because you might have.
No,
But,
I didn't.
Me, not so much.
No, I didn't have a swell time, but you know, what are you gonna do?
All right, guys, that's all we got for you today. Hopefully, next video we'll have something a little bit better than what we have here.
And hopefully, I'll be alive.
Yes, let's hope so. As always, we ask you to please drink responsibly. See you next time, right down here with at least me in the good old basement bourbon bar. See you later.